welcome to my YouTube channel. In this session, we are going to learn how to start with a JavaScript. Okay. How to begin with the JavaScript, where to start, how to start, what we needed basically, which editor we needed, how to save the program, how to write the program, basically where to write, and everything that we needed, the basic thing to begin with the JavaScript. Okay. If we talk about the any kind of programming languages, so basically that have a certain rule, that have a certain editor, and we need to save that program and execute that particular environment. If you talk about the C programming languages, then we need some kind of editor. Okay, for example, we are using the dev cpp. So where we start with program, some include programming languages, then there is a white main, and then we can, for printing things, we are using the printf. Means if we talk about any kind of programming, there are certain kind of rules. Okay, and according to that rule we have to work, we have to execute the program, and then again we are saving this program using the dot c extension. For printing we are using the printf. For having different kind of variables, we have to use, for accepting number we have to use the integer. For string kind of thing, there is a string variable. So begin with any kind of programming, there are certain rules and regulations for accepting number, printing number, executing program. We need a certain environments. But what we need for the starting with the JavaScript? The JavaScript, there is a no need to use a certain editor or certain rules are there. It's very simple. We just need one simple browser. Suppose if you want to print a simple message without installing any external software, without installing any external editor, if you want to print something, so in JavaScript there are one thing is present, that is a console.print, console.log. Okay, this is used to print on console. Now again the question is, what is console, where is the console, of how to open the consoles, that I'm going to see. Just as of now understood, like what are the printing methods in JavaScript. So basically the console.log, we can write the message welcome to JS. Okay, if you want to print on a console. Now the question is where to write this console.log. It's very simple. Every browser having a default console. So just open the browser. After the opening the browser, just right click on browser, inspect the element. Okay, here you can see the console option. So now this is what the environment where you write the JavaScript programs. Okay, it's very simple. Just write the console.log here. con. See the many automation comes here. They're like just console.log. Go there, just console.log and write some messages. Welcome to JS. Semicolon. Just enter the image. Here we go. We get the simple message. So here what we understood, we know that we not use any specific editor, specific extension. We just go to the console and write the programs. If you want to use any kind of variable, for example, if you want to store the number and some things, here is a no specific data type we needed. Just use any variable. Suppose a is equal to 2, and if you want to print these things, just use the console.log, console.log, sorry, just go there, console.log, and print that variable a, and you will get 3. Okay, so here we can do the any kind of programming, or with the, okay, if you want to direct add expression 2 plus 2, then also you can get the output. The browser will understand every number of kind of inputs and accordingly it work on. But if you keep on writing the program here, it cannot save it in future purpose. Okay, for that we need a certain kind of editor, and then you can write the program and also save for the future purpose. So now again the question, the like which editor we needed. So you can use any editor, but I will prefer to use in Visual Studio Code. So that is one kind of the best editor and where you can write the JavaScript program. Okay. But in this editor, there is no console kind of things. You need to have some files and then you can write the programs. So which environment you need to run the JavaScript program? So basically for JavaScript, we need to have a DOM models. What do you mean by DOM? It's a document object model. So basically we need HTML. You must have the basic understanding of the HTML. In this HTML, we are going to write the JavaScript programs, and also have some sort of knowledge about the Java, CSS, cascading style sheets. Okay, so we just open the one some kind of new file, and we'll save that file as .html. Okay, for the running the JavaScript program, you must save the file as we must need an HTML file. So I will just write with the beginning one .html. Okay, fine. Just write the exclamatory marks with a tab. This will code is auto generated. There is no need to type every times. Okay. So now what we need to create a JavaScript environment for again for that thing. Go to the header section, write the script tag, script opening and closing. Okay. Now here we can write the JavaScript programs. So for running programs, we need some kind of function, and that function we are going to call on a button click or on load, or many events are present in the JavaScript. For example, if you want to just print the message on alert, so we are just simply writing the function uh, show message here. So now just write the simple alert, 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 and here I can welcome to JS. Okay. And this function you can just call it on onload also, and on click also. We'll start with an onload function. In the body there is a function like onload. See, within this onload we can call that show functions. Further we can also call on the button click, but as of now we are just testing where to write a JavaScript program. Just we are going on the heading section, opening closing script, once some basic function we are written. So in that we are writing alerts. Also we can write the console.log also here. So this is for printing on console. So basically there are three ways to print the statement. First is on alert, second is on console, and also there is a one third method for printing the data on screen. That for that we need to write a document.write. Document.write function is there. This will return data on screen. Screen means on browser. So basically these are the three way. Let's check. Now the question is how to run this program. You can directly go to the folder location and click on that as a browser icon. Then also this program runs. VS Code having its built-in environment to run the program. Just go to the run tab and start without debugging. So it will ask the number of browser you have to install. Just click on web app, so it will redirect to C. On load we have written this welcome to JS, so we'll get these messages, and if I click OK, then I will also get the output on this is for document.write things, and also we have printed that message on console. For checking that, just right click on the browser and go to the console. Here you can find the welcome to JS. Okay. On this three way we can write the program using alert, using console, and using document.write. Okay. So this is just things for printing things. For storing variable, you can use just a let or var keywords. Okay. With the help of this variable, you can use and store any kind of data or any kind of value. So basically the var is used for the older browser before 2015's, all are the older concepts. So with the help of var, we can store any kind of value. Suppose I want to store a name, so I'll just use these things. As of now, I'm storing directly hard-coded value. Later on, we can take the input from the user. So now just think. So we have taken one name and I want to concat this message. So here's just plus symbol here, name. Here also you can write the name. And here also you can write the name. So in three of way we are printing the data. You can add equal to space or equal to space equal to here also the equal to space. Okay. Just refresh it. Now you can see the onload function. Welcome to Suresh. JS, we are getting name as Suresh. After printing OK, we are also getting data on console and here also. So in this way, you can use any kind of variable and store any kind of value and accordingly that you can print also. Now the question is that how to take this from the user or how to take the as an input. So it's very simple. For that, you need one HTML documents or input tools for accepting the number. In HTML, there is a way to accept the number or having from input control that we know like input type equal to if you write a text. So it will provide one editor where we can input enter the number. Again, the question that how to accept this number to the JavaScript sites. So for that, we need to store this value in something ID or in class base. So as of now, using the ID, so ID is equal to I'm using the nm and just for the pick. And again, we need one button for after clicking on that button, we can accept that value. So for that, we have to use an input type button. And after clicking on this button, so now we are not using onload function, we are using the on click method. So in button, there is one method that is an on click. After clicking on this button, I want that value. So the function name we having a show. So we'll write the show function name. Now, if we want this value, so for that, I'm just commenting this thing. So you can now dynamically accept the value. For accepting the dynamic value, there is one method to document because we are working with an HTML document and we are storing that value into the ID. So that's why we have to use the document dot get element by ID. And here we can write the specific ID name. So as of now, we are using the name. Further, you can use the name, address, email, phone number. So any ID you are passing that HTML document, that ID you have to use here. And there is a function to read that value. So there is a value kind of function. Don't add the round bracket. This is just simple method to accept the value. Now we have done with the programming. So we have just taken one kind of input. So I will make it as a center so that it will be proper visible. So I'll close at the end. Fine. So now we are getting the dynamic values. So I'll just repeat here. So now you can observe here we have one input tools and one buttons. You can add the button name also. So here in the value tag, you can add um, print name, any kind of things you can write. Just refresh it. That button name will come here. So now you can write any kind of name here. For example, I'm writing the Suresh, and after the clicking on these things, so I will dynamically get this name, and then here also and here also. So in this way, you can write any kind of programming. I mean, any kind of input. So I'm writing the VSPI. So just print name. Here we're getting the name. In the console also we're getting the name, and screen also getting the name. So it's very simple now. If you understood this program, so we don't need a lot of things. It's very common things. What we have done, we have just written one simple function. We have taken one input tools on button. Okay. And after that run this program. So how to begin with JavaScript? It's very simple. We just need one kind of browser and any kind of editor, just simple HTML documents and some kind of inputs and some functions. On button click function, we can call that function. And this way we can read the input value. And for printing, there is an alert, console, and documents. Okay, in further section, we can write an flow control and a lot of things we are going to do. Okay, stay tuned my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you.